Hello creative souls. So in today's video I'm going to show you an abstract that I painted recently on this small piece of mixed media paper. I came to the painting feeling quite in a way numb. So I had a lot of emotional processing to do as I was painting, and which is why, as usual, I started by drawing a card from my studio oracle deck. And to loosen up a little bit and get into my body and try and access my emotions a little, I started by uh, just using some color pencils and watercolor pencils to draw on this paper, and then I started writing with my non-dominant hand because that can often help me to tap into what's actually going on, because there's so many times that we feel a certain way, but we're not really sure why we feel that way. We're not sure what causes that feeling of sudden sorrow, or like I was feeling completely numb and um, restless without actually feeling restless, if that makes sense. So, anyway, when I wrote with my non dominant hand, one of the things that came up for me very strongly was the need to embrace the pause. And this painting is something that I did towards the end of December 2020, in the last week actually. So, that transition phase between an old year and a new year, where you have a lot of these ideas for new projects that you'd like to start next year, and a part of you wants to start them already, but a part of you wants to start them on a fresh slate. So it was that kind of feeling, I think, that was leading to that feeling of being numb, a feeling of wanting to already start exploring some of the ideas that I have for next year, and needing a little bit of a pause and just some time to just chill and do nothing. And 2020 has been a difficult year in a lot of ways, and a really beautiful year for me in many ways, but there is a need, regardless of the kind of year it's been, to just embrace the pause. And that is what was leading to my feeling of being numb, is that I was not willing to embrace that pause, or that I didn't quite understand the importance of really and truly embracing that pause, just giving myself some time to unwind, um, and that it's all right to have a lot of ideas and just let them percolate a little bit until I get to them, that I don't have to jump and constantly create unless I want to, of course. Uh, but then there is also that idea of really just taking a break and slowing down. And I think um, December, especially the end of the month, is a really good time to embrace that. And I realize that I'm not really good at embracing the pause. I may say that I am, I may think that I am, but when it actually comes to my body or my feelings or what have you telling me that it's time to just pause and to just relax and to just enjoy different things, just pottering around the house, maybe some baking, catching up on Netflix, just reading, journaling. I don't really want to do that. Despite what I say I want to do, So, there's that little bit of dichotomy there, that a little bit of contradiction there. And those feelings are what I really came to this piece to explore. And choosing to do it on a small little piece was also, I now understand, a very deliberate choice, because I was able to finish working on this in about, I think it took me 45 minutes. Um, so, again, that idea of taking that pause and, just giving yourself time to relax, to create a smaller piece that's not so very involved. I mean, it's not like I worked any less on this, or but you know what I mean, right? When you work on a smaller piece, it obviously takes a little less time than working on a really big piece would. So all of those feelings and thoughts that were kind of, in a way, in my subconscious, that I wasn't completely really conscious of, is what I really came to the page to express. And that's what I'm doing here, is just feeling into what that pause feels to me, what it feels like to actually embrace the pause. And I understood um, what I was feeling really when I started writing with my non dominant hand. I think that's a really powerful exercise to do. And that is one of the things that I talk about a little bit more about the non dominant hand, writing with it, and what it does really in our brain. How it really impacts us um, on a very real level in the brain with our neurons and um, the way we think and the way we react. In one of my latest e-courses, which is Inner You. So that idea of really tapping into our inner wise self, also our inner healer with the non-dominant hand, is something that I explore in that lesson. So the soul, I mean, a lot of my art journal courses include a small art journal lesson and um, a soul lesson, or something that's around self development, and more in ways in which we can meet ourselves on the page and really anchor that in that manner. So um, some of those ideas are uh, I've gone into them in a lot more um, detail in that class in a U. So if you're interested in understanding more about working with your non-dominant hand and doing a little bit of an art journal page with me, then do look at that course. I'm going to leave the link to it in the description box below. And I hope that you enjoyed me creating this page, and that some of my musings here really did resonate with you. Um, and if you're one of those people as well who finds it difficult to pause, I feel you. It is difficult. But also, after I did this page and after I got all of this emotion and feeling down, I was actually able to just enjoy the pause and take a few days off to just rest and read and cook and watch Netflix. So that's all from me for this video, and I'll see you soon with another art journal lesson. Until then, take care and keep creating.